Hey everybody, this is Chris at Zenark Reptiles. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my reptile room. Boom! It's the first time I brought you guys in here. It's just a small look. Obviously, rack, office, my little office area. I don't spend too much time in here because it is bloody hot. It is super hot in here. You can see my face glistening. It is a sauna in here. Some people pay money to have a sauna. I just have one, naturally in my garage. Today we're going to tackle a subject that no one likes to tackle. It is about rats and feeding your snakes. You know how that is. If you're a reptile breeder, you get a lot of hate for that, but that's just the way it is. You have reptiles at all, people do not like you, and that's just, it's the sad fact that something has to die for them to eat. Even if you're a vegetarian, you know what? Plants have to die for you to eat. That's just a part of life. So, here's the questions. Is it worth breeding rats? Am I going to make money doing it? Is it hard? Is it easy? Is it worth it? So, stay tuned and we'll find out. Welcome back everybody. So the question of the day is there money? Is it worth doing? Is it worth breeding rats? And the answer to the question is it is worth breeding, and there actually is money involved in it. Could you make lots of money? Actually, I think you could. I think you can probably make a living doing this. Probably a good living. Is it for me? No. I'm not a big fan of breeding rats. I breed them because the cost is so much cheaper. People are very proud of their rats a lot of times, like where I go here in town. They want a lot of money for the rats, $6-7 for a rat. I can breed them for way cheaper. I have 50 plus snakes, and I have tegu, and I have a monitor. It's not feasible for me, and I consider myself an upper middle class guy. I make pretty good money. I work at a service shop. I'm the service manager. I have this reptile business, which is doing really well for me. People say there's no money in this. It's a lie. I've only been doing it for about 4 years, and only about a year. Actually, seriously, if I could actually breed more snakes, I'd make a lot more money. I can't make them fast enough, but that's for a different subject. You definitely can make money. It's a lot of work. It's a little nasty. But if that's what you want to do, I believe you can make a buttload of money. Me personally, my goal is to make enough money to pay for my rats, pay for my rats' food, my rat cleaning supplies, my rat upkeep, and also to help out with my snakes and reptiles and help them pay for my cleaning supplies, my Reptichip and all that stuff. That's what I'm using it for. Not trying to make a fortune. I'd say you could probably easily make $500 to $600 I'd say it's $500 to $800 easily without trying. But it is a lot of back-breaking work. That means I spend about 8 hours on my weekend, like on my Saturday, cleaning up this. If I have my kids help me and my wife, I could probably do it in about 4 hours, but it's all of us together. Here in Washington, we get these big green dumpsters that we use for like grass clippings. It makes it really nice because they allow me to dump my rat waste in there because it's actually fertilizer, so it works great for me that way. But I gotta dump this out, clean them, disinfect them. I use chlorhexidine. I use pellets, wood pellets. They're actually horse bedding pellets. I also use a thing called Sweet PDZ, which really keeps the smell down. I learned that from another person here in Washington. They really helped me out. That works great. Even if you've been breeding for a long time, try that out. The Sweet PDZ keeps that ammonia smell down a lot. It's really good for the rats because breathing your own ammonia is actually not good for them. And also use pine shavings. It's the most cost effective, but you have to make sure you use kiln dried. If you don't, it can actually kill them. So it's a lot of work. Clean them. You gotta do it to every one of them. It depends. you know, how many racks you have. I have about 5 right now, so it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. 2, be careful, they'll overtake you. So you need to find some kind of outlet to sell your rats, or you need to pull your males out because they will overtake you. These things are not earthly. They are like aliens. They will take over your, I mean, they'll take over. It's unreal. I'm not lying. You cannot fathom how fast these things can breed. I've always heard the saying, breed like rats. Well, I still couldn't fathom what that meant. They will have another litter right when they're weaning. They'll drop another litter while they're still weaning the other rats in the cage. It's insane. It's not real. So you need to definitely keep a control on your males, or find some kind of outlet. Me personally, I started on Craigslist. I used Facebook. I actually, you can promote it, so you kind of promote it in your area. Go to reptile shows. I'm not sure where you live, but where I live, there's a lot of reptile shows, and their tables are pretty cheap. Even if I don't have snakes for sale, I'll go rent a table and just sell rats, because at least it gets your name out there, and it might cost you some money, but you will make it up in the long run. Some of the tables where I live are anywhere from about $100 to $300. It depends on what show it is. It's worth it to me because I get my name out there. I get to put my cards out there, and people buy. I get to get rid of my big. I'll take a freezer full, and usually I come back with very little. I do them for a cheap price because I'm not trying to make a fortune off them. Me personally, I'm just trying to get them out, get them cleaned out. So they'll overtake you. And 3, they kind of stink. And they, there's no nice way to put it around. If you have them like 3 females to 1 male, by the end of the week, they're starting to stink a little bit. But the problem is with the babies. They breed so darn fast that you will have 3 females in it. They'll drop a litter. And next thing you know, you have about 30, 40 babies running around there, and they stink. You got to do them a couple times a week. If not, the best way for me is to call them. And what that means is kill them or put them down. Again, I find no enjoyment in this. I have no enjoyment in killing animals. I have no enjoyment feeding animals. I try to feed frozen mostly, but I have about 15% of my snakes that will only eat live. I usually toss them in there and leave the room. I don't enjoy it at all. It's not my thing. I'm not a big baby, but I don't like watching another animal kill another animal. It's just not me personally. But back to what I'm saying though is, you're going to have to figure out how to get the smell to keep these down. What I do is I call, 1 week I call smalls, then I will call, next week I'll call mediums, and next week I'll call the weed. I don't kill all of them off, but I do a large section, and what that does, it kind of gives me different ones to sell, and also those are the sizes I use the most here. And it seems like that's the size that most people want. I do call small ones and babies and pinkies, but only if a customer asks for them. I don't usually do it on purpose because most of my snakes eat bigger, a little bit bigger. So I try to keep them in like a bigger size. The great thing is, my snakes over here, I know exactly what they're eating, how healthy my animals are, because I do feed them a good food. I feed them Missouri F6. I also feed them fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables. So I know they're healthy. My snakes grow a lot faster. When I used to use frozen from other places, they did not. I mean, now I feed them. I don't power feed them, but I feed them once a week, and they grow so much faster. My snakes, I mean, they went kaboom. It's insane. I don't breed them in the first year, but there's some of them that can actually, they're big enough to breed the first year because they're eating healthy animals, and that makes a big difference. So if you're willing to do the work and to take the time in marketing your snakes, your rats, it's worth it. And like I said, you can definitely make a profit, or you can just pay for your supplies. So definitely do it. Just be careful. Don't go crazy. Don't jump in. When I first started, I made about 4 racks, and then I like went and bought a bunch of rats and went crazy, and then I realized that that was dumb. I'm stupid. Like, I'll tell you that right now. I was dumb. At first, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do all these rats, but then I killed a bunch of them. I found someone to buy them, and now I'm just kind of slowing down. So I kind of regulate, take some males out here and there. I took my colonies down a lot. So just gotta remember that. Don't go crazy with it, and don't be afraid. Like when you first started, just to kind of like say you have 1 rack and they're breeding babies, and you still have to buy some. That'll help you out too. You'll pay less. Just kind of fiddle around with how many you need if you don't want to sell them, but it's kind of hard to get that magic number. You'll always have extra. Just don't be afraid. If you're afraid to kill them, then you probably shouldn't do it. I don't enjoy it, but you know, I use CO2. They go to bed. I put them in there. They just lay down, go to sleep. It seems peaceful. They say it's peaceful, but like I said, no enjoyment. It is what it is. My snakes got to eat, and I got to feed them. So don't forget to like and subscribe. More videos are coming out soon. I know I'm pretty new to the YouTube channel, but I'm planning going full bore because I mean, this is what I want to do for a living, is reptiles, and I'm slowly moving that way. This weekend I'm actually going to go pick up some ASF rats from someplace here in Washington. I'll take you along with me on that. Also, I did pick up some of these. I don't know if you've seen these before. These are Reptisorb liners. I've used ReptiChip for years, but somebody told me these are pretty amazing, so I thought I'd buy about 300 of them and give it a try. I'm going to try it on some of my my snakes, see how I like them, see if they're actually feasible. I mean, yeah, I think they probably work really well if you only have like 15 or 20 snakes or 1 rack. It'd be okay, but if you have more than that, I don't know. It still might be cheaper to get ReptiChip because you can buy it in pallets. And also there's another brand, I can't remember what it's called, like Pro Coco, I think. They sell them in pallets. That'd be the way to go. But anyways, don't forget to comment down below. I'm here for you. I will help you out. I'm not the all-seeing genie, but I know a lot. I've been breeding reptiles for years. I'm not afraid to tackle any questions. So, and what I mean by that is actually a reptile question. Gotta be careful what you say. Anyways, I will see you next time. Later.